this one live to you for the final time in the league season. And by my side is Andrew Cooling, just busily typing away. Drewy.
We'll take a break from typing for a second. It's returning to the scene. Back in round 2, these teams met here, and there's a bit of buzz about Devonport pre-season. Everyone's dark horse then, and they came down against a seemingly star-studded Warriors lineup filled with some big-name imports, and of course no longer with the team, and they went down a golden nil early, went through a penalty, and from that point on, they were superb. I reckon Olympia had about 75% possession, didn't really look too much like scoring. They hit them twice back the other way. They won 2-1. It was a real statement of intent from the strikers, and from there they just kept on winning. It's been an incredible season. 14 clean sheets. They conceded just 9 goals all year. 5 of them came in the first month. This defensive unit, the quick counter-attacking game has been so effective, and looking forward to seeing that one last time in the NPL season today.
Yeah, it's been the best season of any team in the NPL so far, which is pretty crazy considering the 2 dominant years South Hobart had to start off the NPL competition, formerly known as the Victory League. Devonport have just really come out all guns blazing. Defence has been the big key cornerstone of their success, and from game 1 to 20 and now 21 today, they've been so resolute back there, and it's been defence from the strikers all the way back to the goalkeeper. It's been a truly tremendous season for Devonport strikers. Of course, they clinched the title last week with a win over Northern Rangers. They have an unassailable lead at the top of the table. So today's a bit of party time for the Devonport strikers. They get a chance to just soak it in, enjoy the fact they're champions. But knowing Peter Saville, he'll want to go out on top with another clean sheet and make it 15 for the season and really just stamp home what has been a dominant season from the boys from the Northwest Coast. I guess the biggest thing, this time last year, Devonport strikers were taking on Olympia. On that occasion, they were in 7th position on the table. And flip ahead 12 months, Olympia FC Warriors in 4th rather than 1st. And the strikers up into 1st from absolutely nowhere. So a tremendous season for the strikers. Kickoff not too far away, about 12 or so minutes here at Warrior Park. It seems to be the place where champions are crowned. And we'll see Devonport get their trophy post-game. But it's been an enormous season, of course. FFA Cup as well, winning their way over Lambton Jaffers, so they're into the round of 16. So their season really is a fair way from done, with that game taking place on the 30th against Bentley Greens in the round of 16, as well as the League Cup to follow. We'll go through the teams quickly. We'll start with the hosts, Olympia FC Warriors. In alphabetical order, Tommy Bellini, number 3. Graham Glynn, number 9. Shay Hickey, number 4. Gavin Hoy, number 14. Interesting, Gavin Hoy yesterday at the Mitsubishi Medal preview press conference with all the media was quite confident of his chances of being in the mix for the Mitsubishi Medal. So I've no doubt he'll be out there looking to have an absolute blinder. Jacob Lehman, number 5. Thomas Little, who's been one of the finds of the season for Olympia. It's been a pretty forgetful season for the Warriors, but they've unearthed a couple of really good tie-ups, and he's one of them. Mark Altman, number 13. Will Roberts, number 16. Number 1, Mitch Stalker, a young keeper who's only converted to keeping some little time ago, but he's showed a bit of promise and a bit of ability, but he's going to have his hands full with the likes of Gorry, Dennehy, Mann, Stone running at him, Blizzard as well. It's going to be a busy afternoon for Stalker. Yuzuki Takatsu, number 2, and Jake Vandermeer, number 8. In reserve for the Warriors, Jairus Lasek, number 19. Jonathan Malungala, number 11. Joel Samet, number 15. And number 10, Nick Zamet, just to confuse us. On to the champions, Devonport strikers. Starting off, Miles Barnard, Bo Blizzard, Brody Dennehy, Nicholas Giantsopoulos, Adam Gorry, Joe Zuppo, Braden Mann, Kieran Mulroney, Dom Smith, Joel Stone, Daniel Sison. In reserve, Chris McKenna, and that's it. That's it. Just Harrison Wicks, which is Rocket Andrews has really helped us out with his team sheet because he's marked Harrison Wicks as on. So 2, 4, 6, just doing my addition here. 10, no, he can't be on. So he must be on the bench, young Harrison Wicks. So 2 in reserve for the Strikers. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter because they very rarely go to the bench. And Peter Saville, of course, their coach, the assistants, Nick Owen and Chris McKenna, who doesn't mind coming on for a cheeky goal, the king of Devonport. Today, a celebration for the Strikers. They've got their NPL team in Hobart. Big dinner ahead of us tonight. But up on the northwest coast, their second team is playing off for the Northern Championship. They're facing Somerset. If Somerset get the chocolates, they'll win the title. A draw or a win enough for Devonport to make it 2 tiers in which they claim championship. So it'd be a massive effort from the Northwest Club and would really stamp home what has been an amazing season. The Northern Championship team going 15 games unbeaten before today's game. Of course, 2 o'clock kickoff today, as is the case in the final round. All games at the same time. We've got the Kimberley Lions hosting South Hobart. We've got Hobart Zebras hosting Launceston City. And we have the Clarence United, the mighty Phoenix, hosting Northern Rangers. A big chance for them to make it 3 wins from 3 against the Rangers and finish off their season with 14 points, which would be a really good first season for Clarence. A lot of doom and gloom around them from a lot of naysayers online, if you read the blogs. But they've come out and they've been very competitive. So it'd be a great season, a good way for Alan Jablonski's men to finish off. On the flip side of the coin, Northern Rangers are trying to dodge what would be a pretty horrific statistic for them. It would, if they go down today, it would mean they go through the season without a single win, which is not something any team wants to suffer. So that's the equation on that one. The Lions, they can move up into 5th if they beat South Hobart and get a little bit of goal difference, but that would be unlikely given South Hobart's form and their terrific comeback over the Zebras last week. The Zebras, well, it's Derby Italia. They take on their sister club from up north, Launceston City, who's in a decent patch of form. They knocked off the Warriors and are in 5th position and not too far off the Warriors. A couple of results, Launceston City pretty be left scratching their head about because they could have climbed as high as 4th with a bit of luck, but the highest they can hope for is 5th. Of course, we're here at Warrior Park. We'll give updates of all the games from around the place. It's the champions, Devonport Strikers, facing the Warriors here at Warrior Park. Of course, we'll have all the celebration post-game, all the elation from the Strikers. Drew, stay out here. I guess I've banged on enough about what today's all about. Let's talk about the game itself. The Strikers, you'd have to fancy in this one against Olympia, but Olympia have shown signs this season. They're still a pretty fearsome unit when they get things going.
Yeah, they've shown flashes. Disappointed with last week's result against Launceston City, going down 1-0 on this ground. And obviously, didn't see that one, so I'm not going to read too much into it, but maybe just looking towards the end, knowing they can't go up or down. They're locked into 4th place, and I'd be surprised if they were to stick with the Strikers today, who've been superb. I suppose you could question maybe, do the Strikers really have anything to play for now? They've just got to get through this one. A big FFA Cup game on the horizon. Maybe we saw against Northern Rangers last week, a few players out there just not wanting to get injured, just preserving themselves, and when they play the style of game they do, it requires total commitment, really throwing yourself in the way of shots and running hard. So perhaps that might affect their play and leave the door ajar for the Olympia Warriors today. They'll want to end on a positive note. It's been a pretty difficult season for them, but here at home on the final day of the season, certainly a lot less people here than there was 12 months ago when she was fairly packed out. The Warriors title celebrations, as you said, off the top. What a difference 12 months can make. Interesting to see how the youngsters go. Graham Glynn back up top for the Warriors, I think helps them, gives them a bit of a focal point up top. They're kind of rolling with a 4 or 5 attacking midfield line-up, trying the likes of Lehman and Bellini as false nines and strikers, and Gavin Hoy, but really they've lacked that number 9. They've not really replaced Sekiris this year. Obviously, the import strategy didn't quite work for them this year. Fairly early on the piece, they knew they weren't going to be contending, and so they've switched to blood the youth, and they've got some promising young talents out there. And Ortmans of the world, Jacob Lehman's shown a bit, Bellini, Thomas Little. There's some promising sides there. The kids coming through from the Warriors. They'll have a very tough day of it though, the young fellas, up against the big, strong bodies of the Devonport Strikers, who've just swept all before them so far this season. They haven't lost in a very long time, just the one loss all year coming at the hands of the Zebras back in round 4. Since that day, they have been flawless. And I'd expect nothing less than that again today, and I reckon they're every chance of a 15th clean sheet of the year.
I'd have to agree. Glenn McNeil, his last league game in charge of the Warriors, of course, highly publicised move for Ian Shaw. He'll take the helm shortly, but Glenn McNeil moving on from the club, he'll look to mark off his league tenure with a decent performance, you'd think. He's been a superb leader of their first team outfit. They've been tremendous over his little stint. They've improved and improved, culminating in a championship last season. So we're not far from getting underway at all. Jimmy Hordle in the middle to officiate this one. As you said, a pretty lacklustre crowd. Footy's in town, and all games at once has pretty much provided what is a spattering of people around Warrior Park, but I don't think it'll affect Devonport too much in terms of their celebrations. They'll celebrate like they deserve to after what has been a long and gutsy campaign from them. The Banana Slugs in their preferred yellow. It's not their home kit, but it's embodied so much of what's gone right for them this season on the road. They've been better than they have been at home. Their only loss suffered at home, and the bulk of the goals suffered there too. So on the road, they're pretty invincible, and it's that Banana Slug culture that has been built upon. It's the great Walter Plesh out in the middle, taking a few snapshots of these teams. He's going to get the Warriors to line up. They're going to do a guard of honour, it looks, to the Warriors for the Strikers, which is a really nice touch. So So a very nice touch with the Warriors. Round of applause as the Strikers march through a guard of honour. The Strikers be pretty happy with that, but I think they'll be looking to rip them apart in just a moment. So the two teams march out. As I said, Jimmy Hordle in the middle, officiate this one. And George Marcus runs through the team sheet out there. So, Drewster, you gave us a bit of a tip. What's the actual score line, and how many can we pencil Braden Mann in for, given that he's in front in the Golden Boot at the moment? It'd take a fair effort from anyone to catch him, but knowing Braden, he'll look to put a couple away.
Yeah, Hugh Slutin-Lazinski still lingering his chances, so I think we might have a bit of a shoot-on-sight policy from Braden Mann today. He'll be firing off shots whenever he gets a yard. We go with a 2-0 win to the Strikers today. I think despite the fact that maybe they don't have a lot to play for, they look like a pretty pumped-up bunch of individuals going onto that pitch. They want to finish the year and really ramp up the celebrations. This is going to be a big day for them. I'd expect plenty of awards for the players at the Mitsubishi Medal tonight. We'll have the trophy presented after the game. As you mentioned, the Northern Championship side is in a big do-or-die clash up there to claim the Northern Championship. It's just a massive day for the club, and I'd be expecting them to come out firing here. 2-0 to the Strikers for mine.
Yeah, although they've sewed it up, I think given they've got so much more left to play for with the FFA Cup and the National Premier League's final series, where they'll travel west, I think they'll be looking to make every game a winner and look to keep on improving. and I actually think they'll come out and put in a really good performance this afternoon. I'm picking a 3-0 win. A couple for Braden Mann and Big Miles Barnard, the fox in the box, just bob up and shovel one home.
So we're just about to get underway at Warrior Park. It's into the kicking occasion. The Devonport Strikers, they've got 90 minutes to get through first. So we have a look. 2 Canadians at the back. A couple of high fives. What important players they've been this year. Nico Giantsopoulos, the keeper. He has been stellar. Joey Zuppo. And as you've noted, they do look very pumped up. No Blizzard in the lineup today. Good to see him overcoming some knee injuries. Plenty to play for, it would seem. I reckon Sav's fired a few rockets before the game. He's not a man you'd want to disappoint or put in a lack of effort for. He demands a total commitment. That's why they've been so good this year. As we're underway for the last time this year in the NPL at Warrior Park, and Joel Stone does his customary, I'm going to take it from kickoff and try beat them all or draw a foul. He does the latter and wins the free kick. He's a big fan of that approach, Stoney, ever since it worked against the Hobart Zebras, where he ran pretty much into their box. Could have scored if he had been one more defender. He's just gone with it ever since, and quite often he draws the foul. He backs himself. He's a very talented player, Stone, and not short on confidence, it's fair to say, as we see from that. Adam Gorry to swing in the free kick in the direction of Takatsu, who headed it towards the back post. Thomas Little will clear the area, and he heaves it down the line in the direction of Gavin Hoy. He'll be hoping for a big game. Expect fireworks from him. As he said, he's feeling he's a medal chance, and there's a few out there today who'll be right in the reckoning. Here come the Warriors now. Graham Glynn down the right, puts the cross in, and it's put over the top there by Mulroney. A good positive start there from the Warriors with a swift counter-attack down at the right. Some nice work from Mulroney to get across and head it into touch. And the first corner of the game will be taken by Gavin Hoy, the little Canadian technician who's a little set-piece specialist. But the Strikers very much specialists at defending them. As Hoy prepares to take. He's got Hickey offering short, who's really finishing the season strong. Some speculation this might be his last season. That remains to be seen, but he's certainly turned in some good performances. He's driven low and flicked and well and truly away there. He'll come right back at them though as Hickey lays it back. Heaved forward a little uncertainly by Altman, and Giantsopoulos can take over.
Of course, Nathan Grattan out of this lineup, out with a fractured tibula. He'll be out for quite some time. Disappointing for him. He had a tremendous season in the heart of defence alongside Zuppo, so that means Gorry will play at fullback again, and I'd expect to see that for the remainder of the year, because he was so good at right fullback in the FFA Cup game. I'm not sure why you'd tinker. As it comes along from the throw, picks out Blizzard. He blows down the right and picks out Stone. Doesn't mind fireworks. He looks to beat a couple, whips it in. Oh, and it's off the crossbar and wide. Joel Stone, with what was meant to be a cross, nearly turned out to be an opener, as we see this from Stone. Just whacks it in and into the crossbar. Not much in that one. Mitch Stalker breathes a sigh of relief and will cannon it out. Long it goes, approaching halfway. Under it is the big mountain that is Zuppo. Flicked on from Mann, only to Vandermeer. He finds Hoy in traffic, picks out Bellini. It's sharked by Smith and rolls out of play for a throw for the Warriors, the hosts. In possession is Hickey. Strange person to be throwing it, but he does. Finds Glynn, who loses it to Dennehy, who finds Sison. Sison long, cut off from Ortman. Ortman finds Hickey to Glynn to Bellini. Bellini might just shape and have a look. It's a soft shot off the left peg and easily snared by Nico Giantsopoulos. Of course, 14 clean sheets running into today. It is hard to be beaten. This one's a long, nice ball. It might turn out to be a wonderful one as it picks out Stone. Stone is marshalled by young Ortman. Drops it off for Gorry. Gorry inside finds Sison, who's just been a new player this year. Finds Gorry, who runs it for himself, looks to pick it up again, and it's a foul against him on Takatsu, so a Warriors ball. But yes, Daniel Sison was at the Strikers last year. He was a contributor, but was a long way from the player he's been in 2016. Been simply tremendous as it comes back. Stalker scuffs this one but does enough to find Roberts. Stone jumps in and sees it out. And a Warriors throw. Thrown in for Takatsu. Off the chest of Bellini. Nudges it in the path of Ortman. The Fox in the box. Barnard picks it up. Finds Stone. He weaves his way past a couple. Can't beat Roberts. Back for Sison. Off for Gorry. Gorry to Blizzard. Blizzard with a spin. He's held up by Ortman. Looking for Smith. Finds Hoy instead. What can the Canadian do? In for Ortman. Ortman out wide. Finds Lehman. Back for Bellini. The youngsters on show today for the Warriors. Down the line it goes. Might just run out of space here. No, Lehman whips it in, and Zupo very casually just puts it out of play and out for a throw.
Around the grounds, a couple of early goals. Sherman's put the Zebras 1 to the good in the first minute, and Paul Bremner has put Clarence United 1-0 ahead of Northern Rangers. So some early goal action in the two Launceston clubs on the receiving end, as this one will be whacked clear there. No one chasing after that one for the strikers. They can sweep up the back for Roberts. However, he's rather foolishly just taken a little touch, let it roll out and lost the throw, and they're quick to seize upon the chance. Hickey tries to block Mann. Now with a squaring ball, it was driven over the top of Brody Dennehy. He was out off chasing that one with little for company. Skins him, beats him all end up, drives to the byline, gets the cross in. It had gone out of play though, and that kills the chance. But certainly you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. You've got to watch out. It was sloppy from Roberts and really almost opened him back the other way. Great man, Joel Stone, and Stone again pressing. He gets his body in the way, but he was the one who infringed. In the eyes of the referee, Stone, he's certainly throwing himself in everything. Early days in this one. As Roberts will be the man to take the free kick, and he launches it long. Cut out by the Fox in the box, Barnard. Stone trying to get a bit too fancy with the back heel. Here's now Blizzard to Mann. Looks to jink it over the top of the running Joel Stone. He pulls the trigger and going horribly wrong, did Joel Stone. Placed it well wide. Just sensed a late entry for goal here. You'd be stiff if you scored goal here today because you wouldn't be able to win it. But he just tried for a little bit of the heroics there. Joel Stone from the tight angle with the volley and got it quite wrong as this one's heaved down, headed on by Mulraney. It goes into touch again. We've got goals happening again here. Patlinau Atkinson has equalled for Northern Rangers, so 1-1. Plenty of goal action going on here with the simultaneous kickoffs. The final day of the NPL season. Mitsubishi Medal tonight, and obviously a big occasion this one. There are some players out there who'd be very strong chances. Plenty of hype around the keeper, Giansopoulos. Very tough for a keeper to win it, I reckon, but you've got the likes of Joey Zupo, Braden Mann. Joel Stone would have been bowling well early, you'd think, but got himself suspended. Gavin Hoy of the Warriors, another very real chance. They'd all love to stake their claims with a 3-vote performance today. As they look to heave it forward here, Roberts sends it in the direction of the aforementioned Hoy. He takes a touch, he's surrounded, so quickly got rid of it nicely to Bellini. Drops it back to Hoy, beats one, gets around Zupo. This is brilliant from Hoy, but he put it over the top. It took a little deflection. Might have been Sison who got a little bit of it and denied Hoy a spectacular goal.
Hoy thinks he's in medal touch. There's no question about it. The way he's taking on this game, you can tell he thinks he's a real sniff for the medal. I tell you what, that was dazzling play from the Hoy boy. He's on the corner duties. Whips it in, the Canadian to the front post, only meets Smith, who gets it clear. Controlled well by Ortman. Away, but back with Smith. Smith, it's a slow rolling pass that doesn't find Mann. Instead, Little 1-2s with Hoy. To the edge of the box, Lehman will get in first. Dennehy away and a nice ball. Picks out Stone. Stone will beat one. Jinx inside. Well, it's cut off by Ortman. It's bouncing away on the right-hand side. Gorry after it. Nudged away from Vandermate. They keep it, the Warriors. They've done well there. It's Hickey on it. Shovels it out to the left and finds Roberts, who's broken into this team in the latter part of the year. Vandermate direct for Hoy. Down off Hoy's chest. He'll have a couple to contend with. He breaks away. You have a look at a shot. It's deflected and chested down. Bellini with a shot. Headed cleared from Zupo. Finds Dennehy. Does well over the top. He's got Little now. And it's out of play. So a throw from Little. Off the head of Zupo. Long it goes. Over the head of Takatsu. He gets it back for Stalker. Mann racing in. Vandermeer. Across to left. Picks out Takatsu. Just down the line he looks. Finds Little. Finds Hoy. Smothered by Zupo. Smith rather. Dennehy can't get it off them. Glynn does well with the control and then puts it out onto the right. Little puts it back for Hoy. Hoy inside. He's beaten well by Dennehy. It's a great challenge. Dennehy through for Stone. He's been busy already. This one is just cannon clear by Takatsu. Now out for a throw.
The great Shane Train just slides in alongside us here. Mercury's finest footballing reporter. We've just apparently red carded someone, but not the case, I can assure you. Daniel Syson with the ball. It's definitely 11v11 as this one's chipped in the direction of Mann. He'll be hustling and bustling all afternoon, no doubt. He will want goals, and Roberts again, the best control, and he's conceded another soft throw. This one in a fairly dangerous area. Not a team you want to be giving the ball to. They don't need a lot of opportunities to hurt you, Devonport. They're a very clinical team as Devonport's favourite redhead, Adam Gorry, prepares to take the throw. I really like his play in this right back position. He spent a lot of the year on the right wing, but I really like him as a fullback. He's superb in the FFA Cup game as Glynn controls, and it's put behind by that man Gorry for another throw in. 1-1 the score at Wentworth Park between Rangers and Clarence. 1-0 to Hobart Jeep Zebras over Lonnie City, and no scores in either this game or our final game down at the Den. South Hobart taking on the Kingborough Lions as Mulroney heads it forward, flicked on by Blizzard. Stone got away from Hickey and worked it to Dennehy. Trying to fancy back here, they might get another bite at it. Wortman was in there. Eventually Vandermeer just says, let's get it out of here, and goes whack, puts it into touch. There's Dom Smith. He's there on hand as he goes with the throw in now. Down the line, Blizzard can't control. Zupo will sweep this up. He heaves it forward in the direction of Stone. Joel Stone surrounded, so retreats back to Blizzard. Works it across. That's in the direction of Dennehy, but well cleared. Syson was massive last time we played on this ground. Adam Gorry looks at Dennehy. Well cut out. The Warriors' defence doing a pretty good job so far, just disrupting the attacking flow of the strikers. A risky ball that from Gorry. Sold his teammates short. Hoy showed far too much of it to Dom Smith though. The pass was cut out by Altman, and now back the other way come the Warriors. Gavin Hoy driving it forward. His compatriot Zupo was there to cut it out. Syson whacks it forward for Dennehy. He's a dangerous man with the open field in front of him. No shortage of pace for Brodie Dennehy. He surges down the right. Roberts for company. Jinx inside, but misses a tee to Katsu minus those very loud gloves today. He's there to cut it out. Here's Gorry, drops the shoulder and charges inside. Was searching there for Mann, couldn't find him. And a long ball will result in a duel between Smith and Hoy. Been fantastic, the young fullback Smith this year. He's lost his footing there though and just allowed the Canadian to get a step on him. Centering ball, well cut out by Gorry. And it's heaved away.
Heaved away. Braden Mann not happy with the service because Gorry probably had more time than he knew. Still 0-0 down at the Den. Kingborough Lions versus South Hobart in the final round match between those two. This comes along from Vandermeer. Zupo will have that to himself. And he whacks clear in the bullseye. It's won by Roberts. Picked up by Gorry. Long and strong. Little will be posed a question. He's got fellow number 10 on him. It's Stone. Misses the target. Goes to Barner. Picked back up by Little. Little through. Finds Hickey. Tries to get by a couple. Loses it. But it's still with the Warriors. To Glynn. Finds Bellini. Young Bellini's shown flashes this year. He hasn't put a lot of games together. Comes back to Lehman through a brief intervention from Gorry. Lehman will try his best work. He won't beat Gorry. Gorry find an ally in Dennehy. Back for Syson. Long. Mann does his best to control. Can't. Roberts sloppy, and Mann might just help himself. He races wide onto the right now. Stone's racing into the box. He has a deflected effort, and Stalker swallows it. Just didn't have a heap of support there, man. They might have it again, though, as Takatsu makes a meal of one on the left wing. Man can't quite pick it up as Ortman recovers. Finds Vandermeer. A foot in from Smith on Hoy. Ortman misses his target. Picks out Dennehy, who does the same. Hickey, lovely stuff. Gorry with a vile intervention. Cuts off that one. Long it comes from Mulroney, who finds Mann, who feeds Stone. He has a look at goal. He should shoot here, Stone. Out on the left. He fires. Side netting. Should have been a goal, really, for Joel Stone. His first touch was sloppy, and it could have easily been an opener for the Strikers, who have had the better of this one early doors. We're into the 16th minute. So Mitch Stalker pummel it long. Goes long off the head of Barnard. One in the air by Ortman. He was outsized, but he wasn't outworked. Does well. Syson just puts his foot on it and steadies the ship. Back for Mulroney. A job to do down the right wing. It bounces away, bouncing. Control by Takatsu. Almost sells Stalker short. He scurries across and clears with a...
Just gets still 1-1 at North Park on the old KG5 and Zebras. No score, and Alex is Brayden Mann focused on. Hitting it high was Dennehy, only as far as Vandermeer. He leaves it up and under. Syson won it back and turned out to be a good ball for Stone. That's an even better ball as it just overhits. He dissected the gap that was there between Roberts and Vandermeer, but just overhit his pass. Brayden Mann, he's filthy with that service. The eyes would have lit up. Another chance to hammer in a goal as he goes in search of the golden boot. 3 clear on top. Should be enough of a buffer, but he'll certainly be keen to add to it as they'll work it out wide here through Thomas Little. Little down the line to Hoy. Hoy with a touch. Smith is tight to him. Well done. Dom Smith forced him to go back inside to Mark Ortman. He goes back to Robertson. There's a very shaky pass. Sold him into trouble. And we'll get pressed here, and in the end, that's a fortuitous pass. I don't think Glynn was the intended target. Worked it to him. It might work out all right. Gorry will see this one outplayed. Just very sloppy here from the Warriors. They were quite bright in the first couple of minutes. Had a couple of nice passing moves. That Gavin Hoy chance comes to mind. But since then, it's been pretty sloppy stuff. Here's Ortman in the middle. And again, just played the ball a bit too soon. He had players to pick a pass and just instead conspired to drive it down the line. Gorry is there, been busy early. Adam Gorry as this one goes over the head of Barnard. He heaves it into touch. Very scrappy contest so far. Smaller pitch of Warrior Park combined with his game style of Devonport doesn't lend itself to that. Vandermeer switches the play, but Smith's across to deal with that. Stone gets in ahead a little. Slight suspicion of a high boot. Play on the goal, and it's over the line for another throw in for Dom Smith. Smith heaving it on the direction of Mann, floated over his head to Stone. He's had plenty of it, and that's lovely from Stone. Beats one, cuts inside, plays it for Dennehy, who flicked it just wide. It was beautiful work from Joel Stone. Sublime stuff to beat his man, and played it perfectly. Placed pass, and Dennehy just unable to provide the finish.
Joel Stone's been good so far. Just the finished product is all they've lacked, but he's had a couple of really neat involvements. And we know he brings fireworks to the table. You'd think he'll feature high in medal voting, although he's ineligible, as it comes along from Stalker. Under it is Glynn, and it's just cannon clear from Sison. He's just given it straight back to the Warriors. Young Stalker will have it. Short for Vandermeer. Long from Vandermeer. It's won by Hoy. It sits for Sison, who goes long looking for his skipper Man, who is outworked but did okay in the end. Sison runs away with it. He's got little contend with, burns him off on the outside of the right. Pinpoints a pass for Man out wide. Finds Stone, but he's offside. It was such a bright involvement. It was looking really good. Starting to just unlock that Warriors defence out on the left. And it's offside. I think Braden Mann's still 100%. He had a knee knock against South Hobart quite a while ago now. But I just feel like he's still labouring a little from that. And they've had a lot of football and he's played a lot of minutes. I just don't think he's fully recovered, but still playing a key part as it's nudged away. Won by Olympia through Hickey. He finds Hoy, who loses it. Sison treads on it. Picks out Ortman of the opposition. Comes for Gorry. Looking for Dennehy, who was already looking to throw the afterburners on and break away, but it's a Warriors throw. Thrown in to Katsu for Roberts. Measures a pass for Bellini. Runs through his legs. And then Glenn with a spin. Gets moving. Finds Hoy out wide on the right. Nips inside. He's got Smith following him every step of the way. He goes to Ortman, back for Hoy, back for Ortman, squeezed away. Zuppo looks to get a foot in, it sets for Lehman. Giansopoulos was across, but ahead of him was Mulroney, who cleared. So a dangerous little involvement. It was Ortman who battled through, and then Glynn just unlocked it with a nice side-footed pass. Lehman with a good touch, but the second one, he couldn't quite get his boot there to claim it. Hoy, who's been busy, finds Lehman, who finds Bellini. He's marshalled well and pushed back by Sison. Backing through Roberts, flicked on from Hickey. Sits for Lehman, gets it to Hoy. Sison just robs it of Hoy, and he'll be away. Nothing wrong with that one as it goes long and diagonal, and it might just find Braden Mann. It does. Braden Mann at the byline. He'll hold it up. He's looking for runners. He'll get by one in Roberts. Put it to the back post. It sits for Blizzard. Back for Barnard. Sits for Stone, who fires home. And it's an opener for the champions. Beautifully worked from right to left. And then finish off from Joel Stone, who's been the pick of the players so far in this one. Lovely stuff, Devonport strikers. Just as they have all season. Their defence has stood up at the other end and their attack has been fearsome. And on the break, they get an opener here at Warrior Park. 23 minutes gone. So the Warriors with a kickoff, back through Hickey. He just gives it straight to Devonport, but Smith loses his footing again. And back for Olympia. Glynn turns, nudges it. Sison with a bit of help from Mulroney. They'll negotiate it. Finds Gorry, keeps it alive. Or does he? No, says the linesman, and out for a throw. There's a beautiful opening goal here at Warrior Park. Joel Stone, who's fired off a few warning shots. That one was just too well worked to be imagined as Lehman puts it across. You're not beating Giansopoulos with that. He swallows it and throws out for Stone. Stone's got Blizzard offering inside. He'll go back to his defence in Smith instead. Smith into the back of Hoy. He's tried his heart out early. Comes a Blizzard. Stone on it. He's wrestling for it, is Stone. But Little comes out. The youngster's done well. Finds Ortman, who also does well in traffic, to find Hickey. to Roberts. It's a breakaway, but finds Blizzard. He'll just do that. Breaks away, out in front of Mann. A superb ball. He'll enter the box now, Braden Mann. Will he fire a shot? He will. Into the bottom right. A superb finish from Braden Mann and another goal to his tally. And this one's just about all over. Beautiful work, Devonport strikers. On the break again. Blistering, and Braden Mann, he makes no mistake, finishing it with perfection into the bottom right. 2-0 to the strikers here at Warrior Park. In the blink of an eye, they have taken this game well away from last year's champions. It was Bo Blizzard in midfield who just said, I'm taking this and I am breaking away, and that's what he did. Superb stuff, the strikers. And they're ahead here at Warrior Park. 2-goal advantage. Glynn on the ball. Held up by Stone. He'll nudge it out and find Lehman. He does. Lehman, he's always energetic. Mulroney kicks it into the back of him. And it'll be a striker's ball. I think it was Lehman. He had arms and legs everywhere, and I think it was quite dangerous. Finds Stone. Stone wide for Mann, the goal scorer. He'll look to give it back to the other one in Stone. Vandermeer in first and sees it out. So 2 goals to the good here. And this one races into the arms of Stalker. One by Dennehy. In the bullseye, away it goes from Vandermeer. Zupo clears. Picked up from Hoy. Looks to bounce away. Zupo steals. The Canadian robs his countryman. Stone, who finds Sison. Nortman, who's shown a bit of promise in this one. Threads the needle and finds Lehman. He'll take it first time, but he'll hit wide to the left. Drewster, strikers well in control here at Warrior Park.
Yeah, keeping me busy working away on the keyboard, that's for sure. 2 goals in the space of a minute. Braden Mann extends his lead atop the Golden Boot. Don't see him losing now, but just clinical. That's what they've done all year. They've sat back, teams have come at them, defended well, and then they've taken their chances the other way. Clinical football, Braden Mann, they just sat off him, and he said, all right, you keep sitting off, I'll just stroke that one in the corner there. Doubled the lead. Sailing off in the distance, reluctant to call the ball game after last Saturday's, or Sunday rather's game, where it was 4-1 with 15 to play. And I think we all made the call that it was game over, but very hard to see him losing it from here. Sison now up against Bellini, who shows some nice skill, but has been all year. There's just another member of that yellow wall back to cover if one gets beaten. It was Mulroney, who stepped in wonderfully in centre half in Grattan's absence. Gorry moving in the right back position. Down the line to Lehman. Can't bring it under his spell, and it's into touch again. A throw in to be taken by Gorry. The Barnard direction. Hickey just got in front of him nicely. Now Malini with a bit of space in midfield. Switches the play looking for Hoy. Dom Smith across though. Very good in the air, the fullback. Hoy with a touch. Lays it back for Thomas Little. Little tried to turn Braden Mann, who wasn't having any of that. Hoy now being pressured by Mann. Seemingly hungry. Did well to weave his way out of there. Hoy now sets it up for Little, who drives from range. Zupo was there to shut that one down though. The Canadian not letting that shot. He fired away. Here's Bellini now in the middle. Cut out again though by Blizzard. Forward they go. Icky drops back in the space in front of Mann, and he does well to get there. Thomas Little charging forward. That was broken up by Zupo. Zupo gets the ball into touch. Here's Gavin Hoy. Gavin Hoy working in tight areas. Again, it spills into touch. Throwing will go the Warriors' way. The little Canadian sends it long for Graham Glynn. His header's ill-directed. Now to play. A bit more of this scrappy stuff during the sideline. Joe Zupo just settle it down at the back. I think that was last off Joel Stone, so it should be a Warriors throw. And it is. 28 minutes gone here at Warrior Park. 2-0 to the champions. Devonport strikers. And most of the intrigue will be who's going to be amongst the votes today. And Joel Stone putting a very good foot forward. Of course, he's ineligible for the Mitsubishi medal. Not so the Walter Tasmania award, though, where he sets 3 votes off the lead. Man, he's offside. I'm not sure that he was. He absolutely buried the finish. That was superb. The flag was up. Unfortunately for the Warriors, that was the case because he looks the man in the zone today, Braden Mann.
I'm not sure he was offside. I reckon he'll be a bit filthy because that was a top finish. Updates from around the ground, still 1-1 at Wentworth Park, 1-0 at KG5, and 0-0 down at the Den between South Hobart and Kingborough as Lehman's across to meet it. Gene Soplis greets him, and Gorry clear with a cannoning right peg over the fence and out of play. Half an hour gone here at Warrior Park, commanding 2-0 lead for the Strikers, who have been certainly sumptuous in this one. They've nailed their game, the game that has won them the 2016 championship. Won by Roberts. Roberts looks through and picks up Lehman, but he loses it with his first touch. The Fox in the box, Barnard puts it away in the opposite half. Stone looks to run onto it, but Stalker out the edge of his box. Clears. Under it is Mulroney. Ortman nudges it to Bellini. Out on the right, Hoy, who's been busy. Looks to beat one. Finds Lehman, who fresh airs it. Sliding in is Sison with Ortman. A good battle. Looking for Stone. He's brought down from Hickey. Classic sort of Hickey foul, that one. It'll go back for the Strikers. Zupo takes quickly. Out on the right he goes. Gorry's got plenty of time. Gets by Lehman. Look to beat another one and hits to Katsu and comes back to him. Finds Blizzard. Gets away from him as Hickey lays claim to it. Sison wins it back. Finds Braden Mann. He's a long way from goal. Bodied up by Hickey. Gets by him and finds Stone. And then it's out of play. So it's a Strikers throw. Thrown in down the line. Stone will try and race onto it. He does well to keep it alive, but Little back in the contest and wins it. Picked up by Smith. Smith down the line. Stone. He's got Hickey to deal with, and then Little kicks it into him, and it's out of play for a throw. So Strikers deep in their attack with the ball.
Just ticked past the half-hour mark as Joel Stone strides across to take the corner. Throw in rather as Stoney sends it in the direction of Vandermeer. Away, Tom Smith. Hoy defers the throw duties to Thomas Little. Maloney. Shortly pushed in the back there. Sison, typical defensive midfielders foul that one, as he won't get a booking. Is this a lovely ball across the field? Superb vision, but Gorry was across to deny Lehman, who slides in to put it out of play. But that was a raking ball across the field. Superb stuff as we've got a bit around the grounds action there. And the score's unchanged. What we've been saying is, again, it's out of play. We haven't gone 33 minutes here. Heave to the midfield. There's the Fox in the box, Barnard. Hickey just wisely staying off. Doesn't want to duel with Barnard in the air, and that is very good in the air as Dan Sison cuts it out. Lays it off for Dennehy. Looked to turn to Katsu for the overlapping Gorry, who was storming there, but didn't get anything down the side. Here's Hoy. Gavin Hoy turns nicely in the middle. He sends it now in the direction of Glynn, who has a chance here. It's Graham Glynn, who's shut down by Canada's tallest mountain, Joe Zupo, across wonderfully to deal with it. He has been outstanding this year, has Joe Zupo. He was miles away from that, but he just took a fraction too long to get the shot away. And he did nicely to deny it. Apologies for the background noise as this one's killed into the middle. Oh, almost there. And then over the top from Lehman. Got his boot round. It was Little who won the initial header down to Lehman, who whacked it over the top. Good delivery from Hoy. This one just sitting in the box. Over the top. Jan Selfless will take the goal kick here. He heaves it in the direction of Barnard, up against Hickey. Barnard won the flick on. Vandermeer away. Sison again, been prolific in that role early. Joel Stone somehow gets in position to win that ball. I don't know how he did that. Gorry now looks to link up with Mann. Mann slides it through for Gorry. Gorry cuts it back. And it was in between both Barnard and Dennehy. Looks to turn on the ball, but he didn't quite get that right. And Little will send it back to Gavin Hoy. Hoy turning. Down the line, the direction of Glynn. Zupo not giving him an inch. There's a heavy touch from Smith and out up play.
What do you got for Strewster? Any updates? It stays as it is. So Gorry on the ball. He finds Stone. Stone back inside for Gorry. Gorry in front of Stone. Sets him a TAS. The midfielder picks it up. It's out of play. Be a striker's throat. Joel Stone being electric, involved in pretty much everything.
Over at KG5, Paul Stevens has a penalty saved, and 5 minutes later he's about to step up and take another one. So I'll let you know how that one goes.
He's cool as the other side of the pillow too, old Paul Stevens. He's had a penalty save. Dave Smith's made a bit of a habit of that as the throw comes into the box. Almost a handball for Takatsu, I thought, but back in from Devonport. Olympia might just scurry clear. It's a shocker from Bellini. They'll pick it up. Sison might just have a look. Falls for Mann. He shimmies and fires into the bottom right. Braden Mann, you give him an inch, he'll take a mile. 3-0 here at Warrior Park. What a finish. You see it nudged into him. He'll go, I'll have this, boys. Absolutely sells candy to Vandermeer. Gets round him, no worries, and fires home into the bottom right. Braden Mann, there's no chance he's not winning the Golden Boot this year. 2 goals already today, and he's on fire here at Warrior Park. Kick off the Warriors. They've got an awful lot of work to do now. Graham Glynn picks it up. He's got Sison for company, tracking him all the way. Runs out of carpet, and it's out for a throw. What a bit of work from Braden Mann. We shouldn't be surprised. He's been doing it for season upon season now, Braden Mann, but that was tremendous. As you can see up top, we've got a bit of a running score bar on how things are situated around the grounds. Hickey on it. Just gets it inside. Picked up from Lehman. Lehman to Hickey. Little flick. A bit of a trademark of his. Misses a target though. Back with him. Finds Ortman. Whitey goes to the right and overshoots it and out for a throw. Wouldn't mind seeing that goal of Braden Mann's just again. What a superb bit of work. So it came there. Ortman thought he'd cleared it. Mann just absolutely sold Vandermeer like you wouldn't believe, and then finished off superbly. Great goal from Braden Mann. He's got 2 to his name already today. Without a doubt, the state's leading spearhead. As he comes down the right, bouncing away, looking for Dennehy. Cut off from Vandermeer. A little help from Little. Falls for Bellini. He's battling with Sison, and that's a tough task. Sison wins out with a throw. He'll find Mann, will he? No. Hickey jumps in and earns himself a foul as the big fox in the box came in and just showed a bit of brute force. So a 3-0 lead to the champions, up against last year's champions. They've looked a class above so far today. Absolutely no doubt about it. Comes along from Vandermeer. Under it is Gorry. He heads, and heads well. Across is Braden Mann. It was a high boot from Roberts, so it'll be a Banana Slugs ball, and they use it well. Mann to Gorry, who's in acres. No one tracking him. It comes into the box. Vandermeer under it. It's cleared from Ortman. Mann again, who's done a power of work. Gets away from him, and it'll be a throw. Mann down the line. Picks out no one but Little, who rockets it into Dennehy for another Warriors throw. He finds Hoy, back for Little, and out of play. Well, Andrew, been a bit busy on the keyboard, but what an effort from Braden Mann.
Yep, he has come to play today. He's wrapped up this golden boot, and I'll tell you what, if he is in the medal race, well, on his way to a couple of votes here today, I'd have thought Braden Mann. He has been superb up there. He and Stone just tearing him apart on the grounds. It's 2-0 to the Hobart Jeep Zebras now, so I'm assuming Stevens has converted the second penalty. Apparently Walsh took this one. That was also saved by Smith, but the follow-up was buried. So poor Smithy there's made a second penalty save. This one still goes past him, so the Zebras well on top over there. You'd have to be stiff as a keeper, wouldn't you? Save one penalty, get another one, save that, still conceding two.
Zebra's clearly not worried about the golden boot. No Hoogs Luke featuring there.
Yeah, Walsh just saying, I'll step on up. And McEwen for that matter, quite right. So that's the goal. Here's Stone turning it into the middle. Hickey dueling there with Blizzard. Hickey did well to win it away from him. Joey Zupo forward to Miles Barnard. The Fox in the box sends it to Gorry. Gorry's pass was cut out. He's been all over everything. Jacob Lehman has not had a yard in this game. Adam Gorry really liking his work as he sends the throw in the direction of Braden Mann. Just shields the ball and turns. He's got it all on a string there, Braden Mann, and boozling the Warriors' defence. He has been outstanding so far. Gorry again with the throw in. Blizzard, too much heat on it for him. It'll fall out the back. Swept up by Roberts. Heavy touch, but taken by Lehman. That's a Katsu. All the way back to Stalker. Chips forward, just got the pitching wedge and chips it up there. Hickey and Barnard all over each other in midfield. Hickey whacks it forward to Hoy. One-on-one with Smith. There's some fancy footwork there, just saying, look at me, ref. Votes for me, ref. Forward now from Bellini to Lehman. Lehman sends it in, searching for Glenn, but between the two pillars there, Mulroney and Zupo, he's never going to get on the end of that one. Well defended. First time he's been able to get a yard of space on Gorry, as that's cut out well by Roberts. Dangerous ball back to Vandermeer, but it's there ahead of Blizzard. Now Bellini, beaten up by Sison, whacks it forward. Fairly aimless ball. Braden Mann out on the right was probably the better option, but he's just won everything back so far today, Sison. Just breaking up the play superbly. The Warriors looking at a team without the answers at the moment. Here's Gavin Hoy. Again, looking for some support. It comes from Ortman. Lovely ball over the top, but Barnard was tracking the run of Hickey and saw it out of play. Very nicely done. The Fox in the box showing he does some good defensive work too. Saw Hickey was bursting off in that run, said, nah, that ain't happening, Shay. I'm tracking you the entire way yet.
Yeah, to be honest, Devonport, the better team by a long way here at Warrior Park. Winners across the pitch. Gavin Hoy probably the only one with a few little involvements. I don't mind Ortman's work either. It's him now on the ball. And goes direct and finds Glynn. Decent control and out in front of Takatsu, who's had a day to forget, to be honest. Back for Ortman. Ortman across for the skipper, Jake Vandermeer. Looks ahead. Measures a pass for Hoy. Command possessed today, Gavin Hoy. Being energetic. Little through, looking for Glynn. He loses it. Oh, Joe Zupo. Beautiful by one. Now they're out through Braden Mann down the left. He looks to break away. He's got Hoy for company of all people. He holds up, spins around on Hoy. Oh, lovely in for Blizzard. Blizzard with a shimmy from the byline. Back for the Fox in the box. It's blocked, but it's finished off by Joel Stone. A second for Stone and a sizzling piece of play from Devonport on a trademark breakaway. They make so many of their goals on the counter. And look at the shimmy of Blizzard. Back for the Fox in the box. It was blocked from Takatsu. Good bit of work, but Joel Stone said, thank you very much. Tell you what, an ordinary finish from Stone. But it found the back of the net, and that's all that matters. So 2 goals for Stone, 2 goals for Mann, and a walloping on the way for the Warriors. A commanding statement to finish off the season from Devonport strikers. As Glynn fires a strike early, following up a quickly taken kickoff They have been simply superb, Devonport. As you can see around the grounds, Zebras 2-0 up on Lonnie City, 1-1 at the Junjun, Wentworth Park. And an update from, or is it?
Update from the Junjun, a chance for the Rangers. Clarence down to 10 men. Straight red card for George Hallard. Apparently he was issued a slice of cheese. The ref then consulted with the assistant, who then said send him off. So he's given the straight red. A good chance for Rangers to get off that bagel.
Yes, get off the squid ring they've got against their name in the wins column. George Allard doesn't mind just missing games of football. I think he's had 5 or 6 yellow cards this year, and that's his second red. So, busy boy. So the Strikers with the ball. And it's Big Joe Zupo on it. Looks ahead of him. Goes long and direct. Flicked on from Barnard. Will be trapped from Dennehy at the byline. He does well, but he's marshalled well by Hickey. Such an experienced customer. Dennehy holds it up. One of the real improvers in this Devonport Strikers lineup in 2016. He was a player of quality last year, but he's taken it to another level this year under Saville. Smith, another one of those over the top. Stone races onto it, bursts into the box. It's a shocker. I don't think he could decide whether he wanted to shoot or cross. In the end, he didn't either and just trod on it. And it rolled into the arms of a grateful stalker who didn't want to see a 5th fly past him in the opening half of this one. Picked up by Glynn. Glynn finds a target in Hoy. A good first touch. He's got nothing really offering ahead of him, though. You'll find Glynn, and Glynn works it for a corner. So it'd be a good way for the Rangers to finish off the season if they could jag a win away from home at Wentworth Park, with the Reds down to 10 men. No updates from up at down at the Lions Den, Drewster. Still 0-0 as it's flipped in and out off a Warrior, and it'll be a Giant Sopless ball.
Yeah, still 0-0 down at the Den. South Hobart seemingly on top of things, but no goals there yet. So as it stands, it would be the Zebras finishing in second place, unless South can find a goal and get ahead there as we tick towards half-time in this game. That game kicked off a little bit later than this one, about a 5-minute delay or so, as Giantsopoulos sends this one along. Barnard, Mann chests it down, and that'll be all she wrote for a dominant first half of football from the Devonport Strikers. They've come down, they looked a pumped up team pre-game. We saw they were buzzing about, and they have put in a superb first half. They are really putting an exclamation mark on this half of football. Even Peter Saville looks mildly happy down there on the sidelines. That's how well things are going for the Strikers. A brace to Stone, a brace to Mann. They are flying here at Warrior Park. It's been everything that it's been Devonport in 2016. Good defence, clinical counter-attacking, and the likes of Stone and Mann just doing the damage up top.
We might just have a look at the goals just after this little highlight. I think we're running through the highlights, sorry. So Stone, this was the real first chance of the game. It was meant to be a cross. It very nearly ended up in a goal. But Stone has been electrifying. Nothing coming from that one. Defence, the Warriors' defence hasn't been too crash hot, to be honest. Roberts and Takatsu have been deeply troubled. This was Gavin Hoy, who almost found an opener, deflected over the bar in the end. Not many have found a way past Giantsopoulos. Gavin Hoy looked likely on that occasion. Dennehy's been good, and Stone on that occasion found the side netting. As you can see, all these Warriors highlights have the number 14 somewhere in them. He was chatting at the press conference yesterday that he thought he was a fair old medal shout, and he's come out there playing like he wants to claim 3 votes. This was the opener. Fell to Stone after a lovely bit of work to lead up. Came across. Blizzard found Barnard. Barnard got it to Stone, and he cannoned home, and that was the opener. It was a goal they deserved, and a goal against Stone's name. And then we'll see it again. A whack into the bottom right. Joel Stone, he's been electrifying in this opening half. 2 goals to his name. That was the first one. Here's the second. A quick counter-attack. It came to Mann. He measured it straight into the bottom corner. As simple as you'd like from Braden Mann. He doesn't squander those. Beautiful finish. And that was 2-0, and it looked like the game was just about beyond Olympia at that point. They did have a couple of little looks. This was one of them. Lehman trying first time on the left, firing wide. But then Mann, who broke away. That one was actually offside, but another superb finish if it hadn't have been. Number 14 again. There's Hoy. But Zupo across, the big mountainous man, gets in front. And as you can see, that one was close for Lehman. He couldn't quite find a home in the back of the net. Man, beautiful work to find Gorry. Gorry put it across. That was almost a moment. And here's Mann's beautiful second goal. Goes from right to left, jigs round Vandermeer, who forgot where he was, and fired home perfectly. Superb from the striker's captain, who's had a key role in what has been a dominant season for the boys from Devonport. There we are. Oh, look at that little bit of footwork from Zupo. Been absolutely superb. And here was the fourth goal of the half. Barnard had his effort blocked. Stone with what was a shocking finish, really. Bit of help from the woodwork, and it found a home in the back of the net. And that was the end of what was a dominant opening stanza here at Warrior Park. The host, second best by a long, long way. The champions showing why they're champions, really flexing their muscle and looking to get in a good spot of form, I think, leading into what is a massive game on the 30th, and also their NPL final series trip to Western Australia to face their champions. We'll have a bit of a breather now. We might just get the little ticker going up with the rolling scores from halftime around the grounds, but we'll have a little breather and be back with the second half, and then of course all the celebration to follow as Devonport are presented the 2016 National Premier League's Tasmania Trophy. Stay with us. second half of the final game of the PS4 NPL Tasmania League season, round 20. 4 games going on at the moment. This one is party time for the champions, to be honest. Devonport Strikers all over Olympia FC Warriors like a cheap suit here at Warrior Park. Smashing the post, 4 goals to the good with half an hour to play. With a half of football to play rather. So Olympia, they're out. Obviously Glenn McNeil's given some stirring words and they're out early. The Strikers will make their way out to take on a second stanza, and I expect more of the same, although I have seen surely not a change. Harrison Wicks. Saville hasn't made a sub, has he? No. Yes.
I'm absolutely floored by it. More probable I'd have thought that Sav's trying to sneak an extra man out on the pitch than he's actually made a sub. And Dom Smith with Gorry shifting to left back appears to be the change. Barnard's gone to right back. Well, this is interesting from Sav. And the Warriors, well, I'll tell you what, they look about as deflated as my fantasy football team. Just sinking here in the big dance. Just like the Warriors have in this first half. Just about all over in both cases. And Harrison Wicks, who came off the bench and scored a goal earlier in the year, will get a bit of a run out here. So Sav really just mixed it up for the final day of the season. They've won it. He said, all right, I'll give a youngster 45 minutes.
You got to think maybe Dom Smith has a little niggle or something, and they'll put him on ice because he was largely untroubled by Gavin Hoy. But Harrison Wicks gets 45 minutes, gets a chance to strut his stuff as Devonport just celebrate an already claimed title as Olympia kick off. Hickey finds Bellini. Blizzard up on him and back for Vandermeer. Measures a ball, flicked on by Glynn and picked up by Blizzard. Nips by one but can't beat Hickey, who gets a foot in. Ortman gets it out. Stone starting the second like he started the first. Over the top he'll find Dennehy. Dennehy from the right channel. Holds it up and kicks it out for a deep throw. So a throw. Dennehy back for Stone. He's got Hickey to contend with. Nudges it to Roberts. Over the back, it's picked up by Mulroney down the right. And Roberts looks to help it out. It's helped further by Takatsu. One in the air by Mulroney. Barnard, who's switched into defence. And to be honest, has probably forgot about it because he was back in midfield for a second there. I think he lost his head there. The Fox in the box, Barnard. It's a Warriors ball, and he can go back and remember he's actually playing fullback.
Yeah, a bit of an unfamiliar position for Miles Barnard, I would have thought. But see how he goes. Vandermeer chips it in the Glynn direction. Getting up high was Mulroney and Sison. Hickey charging through. There is Barnard. He works it to Brody Dennehy. Hickey hustling across there. Keeps him playing nicely. Takatsu. Tight areas they go. Now on the line for Bellini. Sison and Mulroney conspire to get away from him, and then just a slightly heavy touch there from Barnard early in the second half here as we're underway in Warrior Park. The final 45 minutes of the NPL season. Submission medal tonight, and I reckon we might just have Stone and Mann dueling for 3 votes in this one. Could that be decisive tonight? Time will tell. Clearly the two standout players on the pitch, I would have thought. Sison and Gorry also very good, but Braden Mann just holding on to the ball there. Not sure what's going on. Got Mr. T down in the corner, a little bit injured evidently. And he's back on his feet and jogging away now, so he should be right. And we can resume normal action. Long throw will come down the line. The heave in the direction of Dennehy. Floated over his head to Bellini. Now Hickey. Takatsu Thought he was fouled there by Blizzard. Play on is blown. Dennehy links up well with Stone. Stone, oh, sells them candy, beats them all. Then threads it through for Dennehy. Back post is wide from Wixie. He's nearly come on and scored with his first touch. That was sublime build-up. Joel Stone just extracting the urine right there on the right. Threads it through for Brody Dennehy. He crosses perfectly just about for Wixie. And the youngster that just took a bubble on him, but that's one he'll want to forget. He should have absolutely buried that, Wix.
An amazing breakaway again. They're just so good on the counter. Comes along, flicked on from Glynn. Under it is Gorry. He'll find Mann. Mann outworks Little. That's experience. Picks out Wicks, who looks to use his pace. Oh, he forces a good save from Stalker over the top. That's better, Wixie. And a corner. Harrison Wicks into the box. He's got some wheels on him as the Wicks man. So from the left, it'll be Gorry to swing it in. Been superb on the flank. Swing it in, he does. Mulroney, he has it all to himself and puts it over the bar. Could have easily been a fifth there for Devonport, as they are really just smashing Olympia here at Warrior Park. Out for Hickey, takes a few touches, tries to thread the needle, finds Hoy. Hoy into the middle. This will be his last league game for the Warriors. It's cut off from Gorry. Gorry will look to race the other way. I've got to say, he's been poorly tracked by Lehman in this game. Been able to do pretty much what he wants as he moves down the flank. Little finds Ortman. Ortman back for Rob. Through it goes. Roberts. Back again. Return ball from Hickey. Blizzard pressuring well. And wasteful from Roberts. That'll run out of play and be a striker's ball. So, held on to the ball for quite a while. For no good reason in the finish there, the Warriors. A 4-0 lead for the Strikers. Around the grounds, it's 1-1 at Wentworth Park. 2-0 at KG5 to Zebras over City. And 0-0 down at Lightwood Park between South Hobart and Kira Lions. Giant Soplis, long. Flicked on by Mann. Oh, it bobbles up on Little, and he might have just let in Wicks. Jeez, he's got pace, Wixie. Good first touch. As he come back to him fortuitously. Puts it over the top. A nice ball over the top of Dennehy's head. It's still alive for the Strikers. Blizzard blocked and out for a throw. Jeez, I like this Wixie.
He's got some serious wheels, the young lad. Taking off down there. Little made a bit of a hash of that, and Wicks floats one in. Braden Mann in life play, flicks to the middle of the box, and Van der May worked it to Takatsu. He sees it into touch. And it'll be a throw in. Good area. What a season it's been. As I mentioned earlier, it was back in round 2 that we started to pay a bit of attention to the Strikers when they came down here to Warrior Park and 1-2-1. So the cross comes in, Mann sits off, Van der May away, Blizzard storming through. Roberts did well to deal with it. So the defence was superb, led by that man Zupo, who was immense at the back, and you just got the sense from that performance. There was something about this Devonport Strikers team that caused a few headaches this year. They've done more than that. They've swept all before them, and they're just putting on a show here this afternoon. It is well and truly party time at Warrior Park. They're lining up a big night at the Mitsubishi Medal, and they're going to take another 3 points. And the question now is who gets the votes, and can they keep a remarkable 15th clean sheet? Mulroney Ford, cut out by Roberts. It's going to come right back at him. Zupo with an ugly up and under. Mann did well to win the header. Really well done there by Braden Mann. He's Joel Stone now. Shimmies round 1, then just sits back as Hickey came to pressure him. Ball on a string today, Stone. Barnard heaves it forward. I don't know who the hell that was to, but went straight to the keeper, Braden Mann. Wondering where the service was. Not his best there, Barnard. Van der May works it wide to Little. Really natural right back, Thomas Little. I do prefer him in centre half. Here now is Glynn. Nicely around 1. Couldn't get around Zupa. It might fall though for Lehman, who's out after it. Gorry shadows him and takes it away again. He's done it all day, Adam Gorry. He's shifted flanks, that doesn't change a thing. Here now is Blizzard. He's got a couple to pick out. One of them is the overlapping Wicks. I thought he was surely offside, and eventually the flag is blown. He just cheated there, Wicks. He doesn't really need to do that. He's got the pace as we have a look at that. Gorry didn't really have to do much. He just left the ball for him. Oh, there you go, Gols. Have it. Well, it was a very late flag there on the offside, but he's got a very good view of that one. Wicks comfortably offside. Oh, a lovely run there. Drop of the shoulder from Lehman. Couldn't get around Zupo. His opposite number marshalling the troops. Shea Hickey now. Stone away. Vandermeer will just see it out of play. Down the line. Lovely turn again from Lehman. Hickey got in his way though. And allowed him Blizzard. That took a deflection off Ortman. It's a touch again. To Council seeing that one out. No scores at any of the other venues here in the second half of action. As it stands, it would be the Hobart Cheap Zebras moving up into second place, and that implosion last week might not come back to matter too much. Barnard in ahead of Hoy. Sison swooping across, and he just about sends it into orbit. It should be behind for a corner.
So a corner. Another chance to see this Devonport defence, which has been just superb this season. Just stubborn defence, so little goals seen past them as Hoy drops it off for Hickey, a heavy touch, and that's the end of that one. Stone will have it, and he'll go out to Wicks. Wicks battling with another youngster in Ortman, puts it out in front of himself. A determined Ortman chases it down, but nudges it back for Wicks. It's an interesting little battle. Little comes in to win over, does well. Puts it out in front of Lehman, who tries to use his wheel. Zupo there to support Gorry, and out it goes. Another throw. 56, or 55, sorry, gone here at Warrior Park. The champions absolutely smashing last year's champions, showing they're a class above this season. This is one by Gorry in the corner. Digs it out and finds Zupo. Goes along and direct. It's won by Hickey. Just drop it off at the edge. Mulroney. And almost a nervy little pass to Jan Soppers. Flicked on from...
One.
Take the throw in. Few microphone issues here, but we think we've got them resolved. As you can see, the corner flag, it is howling across to that corner at the moment. The wind not making it easy, and a lot of the play heading straight to that corner, unsurprisingly. Bit of a cross breeze, and we'll see how it affects Giansopoulos' kick. Hasn't really been tested today. A lot of people saying he's a medal fancy. Very tough for a keeper. Shane Train, the Mercury sitting next to me, just tells them they're blatantly wrong. Not having it. Would be tough. No keeper's ever won it, but all will be revealed tonight as Sison bustles through the middle. There's a man who I reckon should poll a few votes. Sison been really good in the midfield for the strikers. They work it forward. Hickey waited on it, and Zupo stepped in, said thank you very much. It's sent forward now for Dennehy, looking to get him behind. Stalker comes out and did just enough to deal with it. It's going to come right back at him. Sison did really well there, worked it to Bo Blizzard. Bo Blizzard to Denny. If he could have controlled that, Wicks or Mann were on either side. Well defended in the end. Here's Gavin Hoy. He turns inside. He'll want to score a goal of the year type contender just to throw himself in the vote conversation. He sends it wide now to Bellini. Some fancy footwork, and then just not at all on the same page as his teammate Lehman. Set it in front of him, and he hadn't made the run.
So the strikers well in charge of this one. Thrown in from Gorry. Zupo wraps his boot around it. Flicked on from Wicks. Yes, Harrison Wicks. They made a substitution. We can't believe it either. As it comes out of play. Very few subs this year, Saville. He'd be single figures, that's for sure. As it's won by Little. Races away. Inside finds Glynn. Back for Bellini. Cut off. Wicks to Gorry. Gorry in for Dennehy and back for Gorry. He's adventurous, is Gorry. Now he's got Hoy to contend with. He won't win out on this occasion. Hoy looks to bustle away. He's done well to beat a couple. Puts it in for Lehman, who flashes a strike wide to the right. And it looks like a change is in the offering for the Warriors. It's a corner of all things. We'll watch this one again. Oh, yep. There was a fingertip there from Giansopoulos, so it makes sense. Looked like a fingertip for me, and you can understand why Hordle probably gave it that way. So Devonport there just cutting off the short option. Hoy swings it in. The fox in the box, Barnard in the opposite box this time. Cuts it off. Dennehy wraps one off. It's a beautiful ball for Wicks. Superb. He's got a couple to beat. He can't. He loses his footing. It was all before him, Harrison Wicks. And I just think he maybe got a bit overawed. Lost his footing. Hoy the other way now. Does well. Dances into the box. Collected by Giansopoulos, who throws out and misses his target. Out of play for a throw. Beautiful ball from Brodie Dennehy. Simply superb. So a change for the Warriors. Tommy Bellini to come off. And Joel Samet to come on. So that's the change. Joel Samet on. Little to throw in. Little finds Hickey. Chested down. Gets a pass out. Sison. You find Mann. A heavy touch lets in Vandermeer, and he just ships it long and ships it strong and out of play for a goal kick.
Around the grounds, no change in the scores. Still 0-0 down at the Lions' Den. That game just kicking off in the second half. Zebras leading City 2-0. And Clarence, the 10-man Clarence, 1-1 with Rangers, who've got 40 minutes to try and avoid the bagel on the season. Still winless, but it's the 10-man Clarence. They've got a chance to avoid that one. We'll be following that throughout the second half, along in the direction of Mann. Hickey did well to get it away from Glynn. Again, Zupo, the anticipation to just get in front of the striker and win the ball. It's second to none in this league. Charging forward now is the substitute Samet. His pass was broken up. Mulroney very nicely out of defence. Casual as you like. Just strides out and then sends it over the top. Lovely stuff that in the direction of Wicks. He's one-on-one with Little, who did him all ends up there. Little well defended. Really love the work of Mulroney at the other end though. Here's Lehman. Lays it back to Little. Numbers surging forward now for the Warriors. Mulroney up on Glynn. Did well to hold it up and control it and wait for support. It came in the shape of Hickey. He sends it wide for Lehman, who's going to want to cut inside onto his left. Gorry well aware of that. Shadows him and blocks the shot. Exactly what he wanted to do. Now Blizzard won it off Altman, but he gifted it straight back to them. Roberts. Now Gavin Hoy turns inside. Showed too much of it to Mann, who came spinning on through and now launches it long. Unfortunately, he's the man who would normally be in that position to make that run. And as such, no one there. And Vandermeer can play out from the back. Didn't see anything he liked. Stalker up to Hickey. Dropping very deep to receive it. This pass gets deflected into the path a little. Deflected again. Once more out of play. 4-0 to Devonport if you're just joining us. 2 goals to Braden Mann, 2 goals to Joel Stone. Man, all but wrapping up the Golden Boot. I'm not sure what Launceston City are doing over there, but they've given away yet another penalty, which James Sherman has buried and is 3-0 out of the Zebras. I think that's 3 penalties in the game, so just a bit happy to make the fouls in the box, evidently, City. But, a third penalty taker too, as James Sherman steps up this time. So that one moves 3-0. No movement anywhere else, I don't think. Just around the grounds. So Hobart still 0-0. So if only we had a Channel 7 type live ladder we could flash to every 5 seconds, totally necessarily, as Zupo whacks this one into touch. We can tell you that Zebra's in second. One of the few intriguing storylines really of the day. Results-wise, pretty much everyone set in their places. Here now is Takatsu. Tries to get around Syson. Good luck. Very few people have been able to do that all year. Here's Samet. In the middle, and Mulroney leads out and just whacks it upfield. That's more like the Mulroney that we've seen this year. Just whack it on out of there, not this turn and just carry it out and whack a 35-yard out diagonal to feet. Very effective player, nonetheless, Kieran Mulroney. Not noted for his distribution. Vandermeer down the line. Here's Hickey. Oh, brilliantly won by Stone. Armed robbery, Gillies called it. He's not much wrong there. Here's Roberts out wide to Takatsu. Takatsu gets his head up and looks to run around Dennehy. Didn't have any support, so he waited for Roberts. Now lays it back to him. Is allowed just to saunter forward. His ball is cut out by Barnard, who's just going to send it straight back from whence it came to Vandermeer. Almost let him Braden Mann. Just to play around the midfield to control the ball. Really threatening him here, but patiently building from the back. And Roberts getting involved. This is nice from Olympia, a good move. It's come rather undone there. Zupo on hand to block. And then Barnard whacks it away. A stoppage for a while here. It's just Olympia attack, Devonport clear. Olympia go forward, Devonport clear. All within the boundary, and there is a foul against Daniel Syson, which will bring a stoppage.
Little takes it quickly, looking for Hoy. It's won by Barnard. Sits for Samet, the substitute. Barnard again. Can't get it out of there. Ortman out on the right, looks for Lehman. First touch, cut off. Gorry sends it out for Braden Mann. The keeper goes back on his line. The wrong option. You don't give Braden Mann that. Superb save from Stalker as Braden Mann takes it first time. Back inside for Dennehy. Another good save from Stalker. So that was looked like being a certain fifth for the strikers, but nicely done from Mitch Stalker. We've had a lot of keepers this year, Olympia, but Stalker's showed signs, and not much you could do about the other goals today. As Little loses it with Stone, just getting involved, man, all on his own, but offside. He lets it run. Dennehy might just run it down. This is what we've come to see from Dennehy. He never gives up. Maybe he should have, because he couldn't chase that one down. A lot of gut-busting running. It's out of play, so a Warriors ball, but this day belongs to Devonport. 4-0 lead. Will there be more to come? Down the line, Blizzard wins it and finds Barnard, who just pelts it down the line, just whacks it. It'll be a Warriors ball. Thrown in from Takatsu, suspect throwing action. Finds Ortman. Ortman tries to uncork a genie. Instead finds Devonport's favourite redhead. Won by Glynn. Looks to nudge by Syson. Can't. Syson's so good at just chopping things out. Vandermeer, lovely long diagonal. Picks out Lehman. Being bettered by Gorry on that side. On this occasion finds Samet and sits for a volley. A volley wide. Devonport ball. So scores remain the same around the grounds. Long it goes. Headed on by Wicks. Cut off from Vandermeer. Nice flick on from Lehman. Across first is Zupo. Zupo long. Headed down from Vandermeer to Roberts. A touch from Hoy and then picked up by Glynn. Glynn wide on the left. Finds Takatsu. Takatsu rockets one. Looking for Lehman. Only finds Gorry. Stone with Ortman to contend with. Finds Syson. Syson in traffic. Gets out of trouble. Picked up by Little. His touch finds Samet. Over the top for Lehman. They're a young outfit, this Olympia Warriors team. And that one's watched over from Gorry. Quick throw. finds Stone. Stone back for Gorry. A touch. And out for another throw.
23 minutes remaining here in the NPL season for these sides. Of course, the League Cup starting next week. Whether we'll see this full-strength Devonport team, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if they rested a few next weekend in that one, with the big FFA Cup game coming just a couple of days later against Bentley Greens. I'd be very surprised if we saw anything other than the championship side being trotted out. But, you never know with Sav, I suppose. As Little takes the throw in. Still 0-0 now at the Den. 3-0. Ava of the Jeep. He's at the back post. Hoy centering. Bowl and Samet. Needed to do better, really. Just poor contacts. Good chance. And it's been the Warriors' problem for much of the year, really. Just the finishing has been lacking on a number of occasions. It's been a source of frustration for McNeil. His final league game today. Ian Shaw set to take over next season. Hickey works it across there now. So Hoy jinks inside, lays it off for Samet. They just let it run. Not the wisest decision. Eventually tracks it down, works it to Lehman. Jinks inside, but Barnard was there now, centering ball. Everyone descends on it. And eventually Blizzard's the man who whacks it to Stone, who goes long on his best pass. Wicks couldn't get on the end of it. Blizzard came flying in, almost won it. And Gorry does just that and sends it over the top. A foot race between Little and Wicks. Little does well. Wicks probably got away from him a couple of times in the opening minutes of the half. Since then, he's been firmly in Little's pocket, although he's a bit of a hash of this. Eventually he works it to Hoy. Hoy to Ortman. Ortman chips it forward, but Zupo's there, kind of as big as Mountain. His compatriot Gavin Hoy's been buzzing about Bizzolini. He flicks this one beautifully over the top for Graham Glynn. Here's Glynn on the angle, just took it too far away from himself in the end. Sison sticking to him like glue. And we'll see that on the play. It'll be a throw in, but once again Sison tracking back, denying a chance. He's had an incredible year, Daniel Sison. Really, he decided to stay with Devonport after a pretty underwhelming year last year by his own admission. Said he didn't see the best of me. I'm going to prove a point, and he has certainly done that this year, Daniel Sison. He's been superb. Here's Samet, centering ball. Cut out by Barnard. Well, he's applying himself quite well at right back. Very good at winning the ball back. Stone with a lovely ball long in the direction of Mann. Vandermeer swept across to win it though. Jake Vandermeer looking to surge forward. Works it back to Ortman. Ortman with a long diagonal ball for Hoy. Gorry got a foot in and put it behind for the corner.
Well read at the other end by Jake Vandermeer. Difficult season as Warriors captain. A low pass in from Hoy and an ambitious strike on the turn from Lehman over the bar. That one's not troubling the scorers. Out for a goal kick. Good luck keeping that one down to find the back of the net. So 71 minutes gone here. Gorry on the ball. With a quick breakaway. He's got a lot of meterage ahead of him. He uses it, puts it through for Dennehy all on his own. Can he finish off? Fires wide. Jeez, I'm not sure. I thought Wicks was offside, but I thought Dennehy probably was on. The camera angle doesn't give us any indication really, but from where I was sitting, I thought Dennehy probably was on and Wicks was off. Regardless, Devonport won't mind too much as it comes along. Picked up from Hoy. Buzzes inside. They've switched flanks, him and Lehman. Sits for Samet. He'll have another look. Giansopoulos with a fumble. Gathers. Out it goes. Won by Stone. Stone back for Barnard. Headed away by Ortman. Over the top looking for Lehman. In first is Barnard. And he sees it out. So the Strikers just some 18 minutes away from what you expect to be fairly boisterous celebrations. They get to put their hands on the chalice. Picked up from Vandermeer. Looks to get it through. Gorry in with a touch to see it wide. Hoy, no, it went by him. No, it was, yeah. So a throw in here. No change to scores around the grounds. No. So it remains 1-1 at Wentworth Park. 2-0. 3-0, sorry. Rangers 2-1. So Rangers in with a shot of getting their first victory in the final game of the league season. That'd be a great way for them to end what's been a fairly dour campaign. Picked up from Glynn. Squeezes out a pass. It's Little to Samet. Back for Little. Looking for Glynn. Mulroney in first. Mann looks to claim it. Roberts races in and heads away. Under it is Sison. He's battling. He's in an Olympia sandwich. You might just come out on top. He doesn't as Hickey gets involved. Threads the needle out wide and picks out Lehman. Lehman to do some fireworks. Barnard just gets his foot in. More or less kicks him. And it's a foul. And a free kick for the Warriors from the left-hand side. So 2-1 to Rangers over Clarence United at Wentworth Park. 3-0 to Zebras over Launceston City at KG5. A 0-0 between South Hobart and Kimberley Lions down at the Lions Den, Lightwood Park. All matches kicking off at the same time. So similar sort of position as to what we see here in terms of time frame. Lehman over it. Swings it in. Blizzard fresh airs it. Sits for Hoy. From the byline, what can he do? He gets by a couple and finishes off. What a bit of work from Gavin Hoy. And he's made sure this won't be a 15th clean sheet for the season for the Devonport Strikers. A superb bit of work from Gavin Hoy. Found his way through. Beat Wicks here, beat Gorry. And Giansopoulos put it through his legs and into the back of the net. So something that's been quite foreign this season for Devonport. They've conceded. It's 4-1 here at Warrior Park. Giansopoulos, he'd be wondering what's going on there. A change for the Warriors. We'll get up to speed in that in just a moment. Stone tries an early strike. That's ambitious to say the least. We need the assistance of the team sheet here, Drewster, because it's a player we haven't seen before at this level. As it's picked up from Ortman, cut off from Barnard, a scuffed effort to Katsu. Throws in, back from Hickey to Takatsu. Roberts through for Hickey, back for Roberts. He's struggling to get there, man, might rob him. He does to win a throw. So Glenn departed and on comes Mullangula. Not a name I'm familiar with. Looking forward to seeing strutty stuff. Foul against the Warriors and Devonport ball. You could see the strikers were like, what just happened? What's that? What's a goal? It was a really unfamiliar position for them to be in. They have not conceded much at all this season and in a long time, to be honest. And they all looked a bit, I don't know, confused by the situation as it's picked up by Stone with the free kick and it's in the box. Mann wrestles for it. Sits for Dennehy. What a strike! Stalker with a swat at it that prevented it going in the back of the net. It almost still did. Hit the woodwork and away it goes, still with the strikers. What an effort from Brodie Dennehy. Thrown in from Mulroney. There for Wicks. He looks to cross it. Deflected in the box. Samet heaves clear. Mulroney will pick it up. Heads to Wicks, the young substitute. Nudges it back for Mulroney. Done nicely. Oh, shimmies and shakes and finds Stone. He'll look to do the same, no doubt. Gets it out wide on the right to Mann. The State's leading spearhead. Deflected and back to him. A swinging boot in from Samet. Blizzard. Oh, he's chopped down. There's a foul there for absolute certain. Just about a slice of cheese, to be honest. As it's Samet, who's kicked about 4 people in the last 2 minutes. He's just been going nuts kicking blokes. This is out on the right. Hoy on the ball. So that one left a mark by the looks of it. Sison's still down. So a laugh, but it might not be a laughing matter. Out on the left. Lehman in to Samet. Has a shot. And Giansopoulos, full Superman out wide. Arms outstretched, collects it. Sison with a hobble. gets to his feet, comes along. Mann contends with Roberts in the air. Syson's in a spot of bother, I think. And to be honest, it was just a kick from Salmon. He kicked 3 people in such a short passage. Not a great way to go about it, if I'm honest. Barnard down the line. Off the head of Dennehy. Roberts controls, but he's got Mann coming in. He gets it out. The substitute battles with Syson, who looks okay now. Back for Zupo. Zupo through for Blizzard. Oh, with a turn, he just breaks away from Hickey. He looks up, defeated. Tries to thread the needle for Mann. Heavy touch from Roberts, sees it out of play, and Dennehy bustles in. Throws, finds Stone. They're still energetic, the strikers. Stone with a superb cross. It might just fall for Wicks. He controls. He can't shoot as Little steals. They race away, the Warriors. Wicks tracking him. Out for Hoy. This game sprung into life a little bit. Inside, he'll find Little. Left for Lehman. Lehman strikes. Flicked on from Syson. Falls for Hickey on the volley. It's high. 4-1 it remains. 79 gone here at Warrior Park.
Too far away there from Shea Hickey. Needs to pull back another. They did score 2 goals against them earlier in the season, and it's 2-2 at Wentworth. Nick Naden has levelled it up for the Reds. It seems like a big hour there from Porter. I don't think it would have matched someone they had the last time the 2 teams met, but 15 minutes to go there, they might just have coughed up a good chance at victory. Hoy again, beautifully done, beats Supo, but he recovered and then left it on the doorstep, and Hoy said, all right, I'll have another crack. Gorry there, he lays it back to the substitute, and he'll have a shot. It was a fizzing drive, a fierce hit in the end. He smacked it over the top of the post. Wasn't too far away there. He's just launched that one. Well, would have been a real impact there from Malungala. Not seen him before today, but clearly a lively customer. So comes on for Graham Lynn and blasts that one. So we enter the final 11-10 minutes here of the season. Giansopoulos long. Stone headed it in the wrong direction. Malungala was there again. Brought it down, controlled it nicely. He's had a couple of good involvements. A raking ball. Again picks out Hoy, who's enjoying himself up against Gorry at the moment. He beats him again. He cuts it back for Lehman. Well defended away there. It was Barnard getting in to help out. And now Blizzard away. Works it to Wicks. The Warriors have just snapped back to life here in the last 10 minutes or so. Nothing like a goal for that. Little was shaping to shoot, but doing well to put him off with Syson. Not entirely sure what that was from Salmon. Not particularly good pass. Giansopoulos just got under his ball there. He's aiming for Mann, but didn't make the contact he wanted. Mann will look to swoop in and put the pressure on Mann. Couldn't do it. Hickey back to Vandermeer. Jake Vandermeer. Getting long. Gavin Hoy there. Hoy is really coming into this one. And recency bias in the last 15 minutes of the ref's mind might just stand out. Might sneak himself the one. Yeah, so here's Braden Mann, looks to control. Bustling in there was Roberts. Mann shielding him from the ball. A really good duel that. Roberts fighting on from the ground. Didn't have to hold his process, but Mann still won out and he threads it through. There's a poor ball from Dennehy trying to pick out Blizzard. And a lot more time than that on his sharpest work. Meanwhile, Northern Rangers have retaken the lead. 3-2. Plenty happening over at the Junjun. So the Rangers ahead 3-2, and once again looking like they might register a first win here now. Here's Lehman, whose cross is deflected off Mulroney. Picked up by Giansopoulos, who gets things moving quickly. It's long over the top towards Braden Mann. Should have just gone the volley. We saw that work against Kingbridge. Get yourself into some ridiculous body position and put it home, Braden. What's this take-a-touch business?
He did attempt to, though, but it's back with the Warriors. Long it comes from Vandermeer. 4-2. So Rangers looking ever so likely of claiming their first victory for the 2016 season. Salmon on the ball. Out onto the left, he'll pick out Lehman. Lehman back for Salmon. He picks out a yellow shirt, and Mulroney, he's got nothing offering. So just kicks it into the opposite half. Roberts will track back and use his keeper to get him out of trouble. Roberts on the ball. that yellow mist, as it were, that press from the strikers. We haven't seen too much of that today, especially in the second half, as the Warriors are well on top. The Warriors are well behind, rather. This comes from Hoy from the right into the box. Cut off from Zupo. Back from Ortman. Samet. Ortman, a nice strike from the edge of the area, but up to the task is Giansopoulos, who throws out quickly. Bobbles up on Stone. Hickey across. His pass finds Dennehy. Up in the air, and they contend for it. It's Stone and Hickey. A bit of niggle there. Stone straight in. Collects Samet. It'll be a foul. He bustled in like he was going for a mark in another code and collected. Samet as it comes through. Hoy with a nice turn. He'll try and find a way through. He wins it back, Hoy. This is tremendous stuff. Drops it off. They shoot. A superb save from Giansopoulos. So the Warriors playing their best football in the dying embers of this game. Gavin Hoy, to be honest, has been tremendous as he tries to get by a couple. Dropped it off there, and another good strike from the debutant, Giansopoulos. His reflexes like Catwoman. Thrown in from Lehman. There for Hoy. The byline, he nudges back into the box. Away it goes from Barnard. Sits for Ortman. He has his strike box, and it goes to Mann. Mann in his defensive half. Puts it out in front of Barnard. He'll track it down. Barnard puts it out in front of Dennehy. The yellow shirts are everywhere to be seen as they break forward. Roberts out to cut it off. Dennehy. With a throw. Comes in. Sets for Wicks. Oh, into the crossbar. Wicks. It could have been a famous goal. Mann keeps it alive. Squares it back up. Hickey cuts it off. Roberts away. Barnard will look to cut it off. Controls. Lehman bustles in on him. He's bound to be out-muscled up against Big Barnyardos, who helps it out. And it's a Warriors ball. See that again. Wicks. He could have had a couple. Jeez. Beautiful. Beautiful strike on the left on the half volley. Dropped off by Stone. Receives back from Syson. Stone, that's a nice ball if it stays in. Doesn't. It's out for a throw.
Good hit from Wicks. I'll say Gorry hasn't looked quite as comfortable at left back in the second half. Nowhere near as comfortable as he did on the right. Hoy's been up against him, done well. Meanwhile, news from the Den. The Lions are 1-0 ahead, and South's miraculous comeback last week may just be for naught, as the King has just been inserted into the contest. Here we see another little chip goal from him. The King of Devonport, Chris McKenna. Does anyone deserve to be out on the pitch when they claim the title more than that man? I think not. Let's see what the King can conjure up here up against Van der May. He'll just play, insert himself up top and see what he can do in the final 10 minutes, or 5 minutes rather, of the season for them. Long throw, man flicks on for McKenna. Oh, he was looming large, but Van der May got it away from him. Hickey plays it through for Ortman. Ortman and Malungala. Away from him by Mulroney, but Samet did well to win it. Now Gorry up against Hoy, one-on-one again. He opts to shoot. Yeah, it's just wide of the post. The shot on first time. Gavin Hoy has really turned it on in this second half. He's fizzing and dipping just wide of the mark. He's been very lively indeed, Gavin Hoy. And will likely feature. He's been pretty impressive. Giansopoulos sends it down the guts again. Oh, McKenna with a touch, couldn't get around Roberts though. Ortman sends it wide to Hoy. Gavin Hoy into Ortman. Ortman to Lehman, goes back to Hoy, just holds up. Plays it for Samet. Changes the attack. It's cut out by Barnard, but he left it there for Hickey. So another bite at it. They work it in the wide areas. Here's Takatsu. Takatsu beats one, sends it towards the back post where it's volleyed by Hoy. But Giansopoulos able to make a friendly regulation save. The quick release picks out the King. And with a rather heavy touch in the middle of the park. Hoy, I think he came from an offside position, play on though. He's shielding it away from Gorry. Stone got a foot in just to disrupt him a little. Raider Mann. Well, it's in the back of the scone while he's on the deck. He gets up and wins the ball. Oh, that was interesting. Wixie now charging down the left, but he's offside. And there's going to be brought back for the foul in the middle anyway, I think. Oh, he's all right as the moth just parks itself there on top of the camera for us. 88 minutes gone here. Look around the ground to see if anything else is going on. Doesn't appear to be anything changing. So the Rangers 4-2. You'd say are going to get their first win of the year. And South Hobart trailing 1-0. They're going to slip back into third due to the Zebras 3-0.
I reckon Zebras have kissed that away, to be honest. As it comes long from Stalker. Down with snow on it. Gorry with an ugly header. He's led in Hoy. He battles back well though, Gorry, and finds Zupo. Zupo direct down the left. No nonsense. It'll run out of play. So 89 minutes gone. Pretty much as soon as the whistle goes, we'll get down on the ground for all the celebration and jubilation. So 1-1 down at the Den. Kobe Kemp has just scored as the King finds a little bit of room. Chris McKenna, it's blocked and out for Hoy, who's been ridiculous, to be honest. Played a lone hand, really. He's picked it up in the defensive half. He'll look to run away. Chips over the top. The substitute trying to run onto it. Mulroney cuts it off. There for Salmon. A heavy first touch lets in Barnard. And he clears. Falls for Hoy again. He's got it on a string, Gavin Hoy, at the moment. Sison tries to stand in his way. He can't. Hoy wins it back. Gets it into the box. Unfortunately, there's not another Gavin Hoy waiting for it. Tommy Little is, though. And he fires a fizzing drive off the right peg. Wide of goal. There'll be a goal kick into the 90th minute here at Warrior Park. Shouldn't be too much extra time in this second half. Just the one goal. Flicked on from McKenna. One by Roberts. Back for Barnard. Down the line, it's squeezed out and it's out for a throw. Barnard throws down the line, flicked on. One by Stone. He cans it into a teammate in Man. Back for him, Stone. Oh, he beats one sillily to the back post, looking for hit Wicks. It sits for Gorry. He treads on it, almost loses it. Puts it back in. Sit from Stone almost. Away it goes from Takatsu. Samet flicks clear. So 5-0 for the Zebras. As you give me a little update there, Drewster. Nicely done by the Zebras. They've bounced back nicely from last week's, well, let's face it, embarrassing capitulation. This is flicked on by Man. Nothing coming for that one. So yeah, 5-0 to the Zebras. And that is all she wrote for what has been a magnificent season for the Devonport Strikers. The champion team of 2016 finish it off in a champion fashion. 4-1 win over Olympia FC Warriors. The game was sewn up at half-time. Tremendous effort. We'll get down to the ground now for the celebration. Devonport Strikers 4-1 victors today. And of course, the 2016 PS4 NPL Tasmania champions.
all the best for the next year. For our boys, well done today and well done in the season. As captain, I couldn't be any more proud of the way we've gone about it this year. I don't think many people expected us at the start of the year to be fighting for this and obviously in the FA Cup as well. So we've achieved a lot, but I think we can achieve more in the next few weeks. And so I just encourage all of us to keep pushing each other, and there's plenty more to come for us. And thank you to the crowd that came out today and our supporters that have been here all year. You guys have been the main reason why we've been so good this year. You know, having your support, especially at Valley Road, has been fantastic. And to our loyal supporters who come down the bus on the away trips, you guys are amazing, and we thank you for your support. So thanks everyone, and have a good year. Joel Stone, the vice skipper. Miles Barnard. Daniel Syson. Bo Blizzard. Tommy Smith. Harrison Wicks. Rodney Dennehy. Fiery Red Adam Goey. Kelly Zupo. Kieran Mulroney. Chris McKenna, the God. Nico Giantopoulos. Nick Owen. Rick Orm. Ben the Sheriff. And last but not least, Peter Saville.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now present the trophy to Devonport Strikers, the 2016 NPL champions.
Put that away. I think you want to be on. You don't want to be on. Start opening in there. Put him behind us. Special. Get down. Hang on, wait till we go. Wait. Tell me when you're ready. Ready. 1, 2. Everyone's saying double.
They're fairly subdued, really. Yeah, well, they've ordered the social up. He's rocking it. We're going to have that all night, aren't we?
Let's sing a song.
Let's go, let's get in here, come on.
Yeah, it's amazing. Obviously, I don't want to let it go. I'm here with it at the moment, so it's a great feeling. But I think it's also been a massive effort from our team. You know, I couldn't be any more proud of it. Obviously, as a skipper, it's been a long year. We've worked hard since November, and to finally get to hold the trophy and get the medal is just an unbelievable feeling.
Really convincing win as well, mate. Does that make you
Yeah, well, we came down here and said we wanted to finish the season in style. We wanted to really attack it and play well and just enjoy the last game together, because it might be the last time we play here with each other as that starting 11. So we just really wanted to enjoy it and come out here and have a bit of fun, and obviously get the trophy afterwards.
You've known you've had it wrapped up for a while now, but to get it in the hands must make it just all real and a reality, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. It's unbelievable. I mean, a lot of people wrote us off a few times during the year at the start of the season. I think they were picking us to be top 4, and then when we lost to Zebras, everyone wrote us off, said, you know, we won't be any better than a top 4 team, and we wanted to prove them wrong. And I think after a couple of big wins, especially against the South Hobart and the Lancashire Cup, we kind of knew that we could match with a big team, and if we could be consistent, we were good enough to win the title.
How proud of you are you of this squad, mate, and what they've achieved this year?
Oh, I mean, I couldn't really be any prouder, honestly. I think everyone's done their jobs, and especially the boys who we played last year. They came second last, and they've really stepped up, and after being through that pain of having a pretty bad year like that, to come back and become a champion, I think that just shows the attitude and the character of some of our players. It's unbelievable. But, you know, I couldn't be any more proud of the team.
Doesn't end here, does it? You got FFA Cup round of 16 just around the corner.
Yeah, it's obviously a bit of a positive note going into that, and really exciting. And yeah, we're looking forward to that. Whilst I think we're going to celebrate this, obviously the league win tonight, but you know, that FFA Cup game is the biggest game we're going to be playing, and hopefully we can get a result, and to make the quarterfinals will be a huge achievement for us.
Nicely done. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I think it does. You know, obviously I wasn't here, I was at South Hobart, but even to come home as a Devonport boy, as a proud North West Coast boy, to come back home and win a trophy, it really means a lot to me. And I've always wanted to do that, and to finally get a trophy back home, especially in such a tough league, and where really this year there was no easy beats in this league, and it was such a difficult league to be in, and we've done so well, and our defensive record speaks for itself. You know, I think that's the key to winning titles. We've done so well defensively, and you know, everyone on the team should be proud, the whole club should be proud, and we're just proud to do it for our supporters.
Good on you, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Thank
mate.
you. Cheers.
Have a good night.
Thanks, fellas. Cheers. Thank you.
Have a chat with you, Brockett.
Thank you. Brendan.
Good on you, mate.
Cheers, Kenny. Thanks, mate. Cheers, Michael.
Awesome boy, by the way.
I just want to touch the bloody trophy. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Mate.
How you going?
Good, mate.
Yeah, well,
Glad you- Yeah. Well, Braden summed that up pretty nicely, but mate, how's it feeling for yourself?
Yeah, look, it's the culmination of a lot of hard work that started in mid-November last year. Just amazing to bookend the season like this and finish up today. And yeah, thoroughly deserved. The boys, I'm really, really proud. Very proud president.
We've seen clubs win the title and not be able to back up the next year. How do you make sure that Devonport are right up in the mix in season 26?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I think you know, there's certainly lessons learnt, you know, through a lot of sports that way. The longer this season goes on, the tougher that ask is to get things up and running again. But look, this stuff does a lot for our profile, and we'll certainly do all we can to cash in on that as well.
Did you think this squad was capable of what they've achieved this year at the start of the season?
Gee, you know, look, enormous faith in the boys, but you dare to dream, I suppose. About 3 or 4 games in, a few of us sat down and thought, yeah, we've got a good side here, but you know, to win the FFA Cup stuff and the title, I'd take it.
Good stuff, mate. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mate,
Cheers.
go and
Celebrate.
enjoy.
Yeah, I'm going to touch that trophy.
Good on you.
Good stuff.
Cheers.
Cool.
Thanks for your support, guys.
Thanks, mate.
We're done.
We're
Get out of here.
might jump into the pace. Get in there, yeah. Well, they shouldn't stop it if they're keen.